coming to you from the LPTV studio, live from Linden Ponds.
Good morning, Linden Ponds, and welcome to the live show. My name is Bernie McPherson, and I'm your host for today. We have a very special day, this being the 30th day of September. We have voting day today, and I'm asked to remind you that to vote, be sure that you vote and that you vote in your proper clubhouse. That is, wherever you get the mail, that's where your names are. So today, all day, is voting, and I'll remind you of that. We have a very wonderful program today. I have a guest sitting next to me. I'll be talking with her in just a moment. But now I'm going to review with you some of the other things that are what events are happening today. Well, we know it's me, and here at 10 o'clock. At 10:30, Bob Ward will be talking to you about the gardens within. He does a beautiful job of talking about that item. And then at 11 o'clock, there's going to be great decisions. 12:30 will be a repeat of this show. At 2:30, there'll be Summer Patios, which is an LPT TV. And at 7, us again. And at 8 o'clock, finally, a movie titled Visions of Sicily. Now, it explains here that viewing Sicily from a helicopter should be a very exciting venture for anybody who has visited that area or plans to. I was in Sicily some years ago, and had I seen this prior to going there, I would have been a very happy camper knowing or having some idea of what was before me. So I recommend anybody who is interested in Italy, and specifically to Italy, Sicily, that would be a wonderful take-in. That is tonight. Now, next to me is my friend from Burton's Grill. You all have heard of Burton's. That's here in Hingham. And with me is what we call the mixologist, and her name is Leah Falamaro. Is that correct, Leah?
Yes.
And she's going to be explaining some things that are happening there at Burton's. So I'm going to start talking with her at some details a little bit later. But let me share with you now the rest of the TV sessions for today, for the programs. And we have here at 10:30 this morning, Kitty Whist. That's at the Fireside Lounge. Mahjong at 12 o'clock at the Derby Private Dining Room. At 1 o'clock at the Derby Creative Arts is going to be quilting and needlework, and also the Retired Social Workers Luncheon. And that's going to be in the Acorn Pub. 2 o'clock is cribbage in the Harbor Cafe. 3 o'clock seems to be a real card game today. 3 o'clock bridge mini lesson at Fireside Lounge. And then the walking group meets at Oakleaf Creative Arts at 3:30. That's a meeting. They usually decide what's on the agenda for their walking. Then at 7 o'clock is Canasta at the Fireside Lounge. And Wee Bowling is at the Derby Lounge. At 7:30, U Cubed at the Oakley Classroom. So that takes care of what's on TV and what's going on around the campus today. And now it's my pleasure to talk to Leah about what plans she has for us today. Leah, we're so happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
Now, you say that you are a registered mixologist, is that right?
Yes.
Now what does that mean?
So mixologist is I create my own cocktails from scratch. I come up with the ideas and the theme behind the drinks, and I have entered contests and have won them with Boston Magazine, so it's quite fun.
Oh, do you get a prize or a certificate for that?
Well, it's a good resume builder, but
yes,
it is fun. I've been in a few of the magazines, and all my friends and family always get to come and enjoy the event. So it has a lot of prizes that are not monetary value, but more memories.
Okay, now how does that relate to your being here and what you're going to do for us? Tell us about your association with Burton's now.
Yes. So I'm very blessed to have been working at Burton's Grill for 7 years now. And I started when I wasn't even 21, so I couldn't even touch alcohol. I started as a server, and I really loved helping people and, you know, building relationships. Then Steve Slitches, our general manager, decided it'd be a good idea to put me behind the bar, which his joke is I always was scared of broken glass. And I said, no, I don't want to go behind the bar, but I finally got over that and became a bartender. And then I just started coming up with drinks on my own. And, you know, Burton's was a great groundbreak for that. They were able to help me learn all the different educational behind alcohols and
wonderful.
And
so they help you with your education in that part, right?
Yes.
So today you were going to talk to us about Burton's menus for the fall, right? Because every season they change in accordance with the temperature and so on. So what you're planning today is to do some drinks for us. Is that it? That correspond to the menus that are being offered. Is that right?
Yes, we're going to be having our wonderful fall harvest menu starting. So I'm going to shake up some good cocktails that'll pair really well with two of our new menu items. We have a nice roasted autumn pork.
That's one of them.
And another new dish we have is a pumpkin sage ravioli. So I'm going to make some cocktails that'll go well with those. And hope to see you all come in. You do receive a 10% off when you dine at Burton's Grill.
Yes, I'm glad you reminded that of us. Yes, you need only to show your card over there, and everyone that resides here, it gets a 10% discount on their food. Is
the whole check, yes. And we love seeing you all there at our restaurant. So
very good. Well, now we're going to cut away for a minute. We're going to have a weather report done by Norm Jenkins, and then after that, we'll go over and you can show me what it is you're up to.
Sure, thank you.
All right, and so off to you, Norm.
Good morning, everyone. This is Norm Jenkins, your Tuesday morning weatherman, finally back from Chatham, here on the 30th day of September. It's hard to believe another month is gone. We're down here in the catering room this morning because the Garden Club right now is having their annual meeting, and it's a very interesting program. I think you can see behind me some of the beautiful flowers that they're going to be talking about today. The Garden Club is one of the most active there is in all of Linden Ponds. I'm not sure which one has the greatest participation, but I can tell you this Garden Club is one very active group, including the gardens out there in the nice, sunny Linden Ponds property. Today, thank heavens, we're finally getting a little bit of rain. It's not much, and it's not going to do much good. What we need is a good 24-hour, 36-hour soaking rain. But this is going to continue tonight and into tomorrow, 70% chance, so I guess it looks like we will get some. The high temperatures for the day are going to be up in the low 60s. The low temperatures for the night are going to be in the high 50s, so there isn't much change in the temperature from day to night. But what we have today, don't complain. We need this rain so badly. Look at the trees around and the grass and the flowers. We just need rain. So be thankful for that. And with that, you can catch up on your paperwork and do all of those things that you've been putting off and letting those piles of paper accumulate. So do that today, and then on Thursday you can get back out again and enjoy the outside, okay? That's our weather report for today, coming from the Garden Club annual meeting, and back to the studio.
Welcome back, everyone. As you see, we're here with the mixologist. She's going to do some very interesting things for us. And so why don't you begin now with give us a little bit more detail about the menus which these cocktails are going to accompany, right?
Yes. So at Burton's, we are all about using wonderful, fresh, local products, seasonally, of course. So for some of our food items, As I mentioned before, we're going to have a wonderful roasted pork, which is wonderful in the fall. It actually is going to have a cider donut stuffing, which is something very unique. Sounds tasty. And served with some wonderful pan-seared Brussels sprouts, which is a seasonal fall vegetable. Also, we're going to have a butternut squash stuffed ravioli. Yes, finished with pumpkin seeds and a sage cream sauce. Also, we're known for our steaks, so we have a wonderful filet mignon, which is my personal favorite, which is finished with a balsamic reduction glaze, Worcestershire herb butter, served over roasted potatoes. And of course, all of our appetizers are always fresh and changing those over. Another one of my favorites is a baked stuffed zucchini. It's stuffed with an alouette cheese, baked with a zesty tomato sauce, and finished with a pecorino cheese.
Sounds good, doesn't it, folks? All right.
Then we get to my favorite part of the meal, which of course is a wonderful cocktail. So as I said, we will be, this is a sneak peek. You're the only ones that are going to be having this wonderful sneak into our fall menu. So some of them will include pumpkin martini. Also, we have seasonal beers. If you're a beer drinker, we have local Harpoon products, as well as Sam Adams, of course, Boston favorite. And wines. For all the wine drinkers out there, we have some nice, bold red wines coming in that'll pair wonderfully with the steaks and the new items. So what I have here for you today, Bernie, is we're going to start with a wonderful caramel apple martini. So we start off with a nice cinnamon sugar rim and a wonderful fresh apple slice. So that's what will come over to the table, which is a nice starter. Of course, take some ice. This has wild apple. It's a Van Gogh vodka, so it's an apple flavored vodka. So we have 1.5 ounces of the vodka.
She seems to be able to measure that quite,
yes,
quite
accurately. A lot of experience.
A lot of experience.
This one we have, it's a caramel apple syrup. So it has a nice flavor. It's an organic product. So it's on the healthier side, as healthy as it could be. This is my favorite secret weapon that I like to use in all my cocktails. It's white cranberry juice. So it gives it a nice little tartness to it without being too sweet. And then we also do regular cranberry juice to give it a nice little apple color. So this is the martini. My favorite part is shaking that up so it's nice and chilled. Always need a good shake on your martini. Do you drink martinis?
I do. But I was always taught that you stir the martini.
Oh, yes. Well, it's cocktails continue to progress.
Evolve.
But however, a lot of them are going back to a lot of classic cocktails.
Oh.
But this one we prefer to shake.
You would need to, I think, considering all the ingredients.
Yes. All right, so
Look
this
at that,
here
just to the brim,
is the caramel apple martini. It's going to be crisp with a touch of sweetness and a nice round creamy flavor from the caramel. So the next cocktail I'm going to show you is a mojito. Mojitos
May I
are
take
fun.
this away from you?
Sure.
Do you dare me to take any?
Yes, you should take a sip and tell me what you think.
I think probably I should.
Yeah,
just
definitely. Take a little
the
sip
official
there.
taster.
Yes. What do you think?
Oh, that is so
Yes. Good. All right. So wonderful. So the next drink is a mojito. The one that's going to be on the fall menu, we're going to do a little twist on it, is a cranberry mojito. So it'll be nice in the fall. So mojitos are fun. Mojito, you always start with a base of muddled limes. And you always take a spoonful, 2 spoonfuls of sugar, but you then muddle that. So muddling allows the wonderful fresh juices to be extracted, mixing it with the sugar, and then you add mint leaves, which is what makes a mojito. Wonderful fresh mint. So we're going to continue to muddle this. You want to get it to a nice creamy color, a little bit white. And then we add some ice. And this one we have, typical mojito has Bacardi rum. So we're going to do 1 ounce of Bacardi rum. And then to make it a little bit interesting, we do a little bit of Bacardi lemon, so a lemon flavored rum. This looks like a lot of alcohol, doesn't it, Bernie?
It does.
And then, as I said, it's a cranberry mojito, so we add a little bit of cranberry there. And of course, we have to shake it.
Shake it.
Shake it up nice. You can already see the nice color coming through. You really want to get that sugar mixed in there.
Oh, how pretty.
And voila. Isn't that nice?
And you get it right to the brim each time.
So
Wow.
maybe we should take a little sip of that and see. So that's the cranberry mojito.
Dare I?
Dare you, yes.
Okay, just a sip.
This should be refreshing and crisp.
It's just that. It's just that.
You like that?
I
Good.
do very much.
Excellent. So you can see the color scheme for fall. We do a lot of the reds
Yes,
and
very colorful.
beige. And lastly, something fun as well. It is called a Moscow Mule. So a Moscow Mule started back in Sweden with the vodka.
Oh.
And it's their version of a mojito. So we have this wonderful, it always comes in a copper mug, which is fun. So it is muddled limes. So again, we'll muddle these a little bit.
No sugar this time.
No sugar.
Uh-huh.
Because this one is going to have ginger beer in it, which is sweet. So you fill this with ice. And this one has Hammer and Sickle vodka, which is a very, very nice high-scale vodka. It has a nice crisp flavor. So it's an ounce of vodka.
Where does that, do you know what country that particular vodka comes from?
Yes, the Hammer and Sickle is from Sweden as well.
Sweden.
Yes. They ferment it 7 times, so it's the purest vodka, as pure as vodka can be. And then this is always topped with ginger beer. So ginger beer has no alcohol in it. It is almost like a root beer, but ginger beer.
I've heard of that.
And this one doesn't involve any shaking because there is no additives. So we give it a little stir to get the lime infused there. And we have a wonderful Moscow Mule.
I dare
Okay, I'll take a sip of this one. How's that?
Fair enough.
Cheers, wonderful.
Now, do these the menu that you were talking about?
Yes.
Are they necessarily interchangeable? In other words, can you the steak or the pork or so on?
Yes.
Do some of these go better with other drinks, or what's your recommendation?
Yeah, I prefer typically. I like to always start my meal with a cocktail, so I'll kind of go in there, sit down, have a cocktail. Then I usually switch to wine with dinner. But out of these 3, I would definitely say that the Moscow Mule would pair really nicely with a steak because it's not too sweet. It has a nice crispness.
Right.
The caramel apple martini actually would make a good dessert. Which leads me to I brought a nice surprise to leave off with something sweet.
Oh.
This is our wonderful baked apple crisp.
Oh.
Isn't that to die? Topped with French vanilla ice cream and a house-made caramel drizzle. So that is our wonderful seasonal dessert right now, which will finish off a wonderful meal. And as I said, Burton's looks forward to seeing all the residents at Linden Ponds come in for lunch or dinner. We are open for both. So we're open Monday through Sunday, 11 a.m. every day. And it'll be wonderful to see you. And there is a excellent fall menu.
There we are. Well, so good to have you,
You as
Leah.
well.
It was just grand. We learned a lot. I'm sure many of our residents here will be over to see you, or if not you, we'll ask for you. If not, it's certainly avail of ourselves of some of these, including the dessert.
Yes.
And it's been a wonderful experience for us here. We thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, thank you very much.
We're going to be signing off again now, but I would like to remind you again that as voting today, please vote before and always only at your own area. All right, so I bid you good afternoon, and I thank you for watching. And
I thought of one more good little topic I forgot to mention here. That wonderful with the holidays coming up. It'd be wonderful to book your holiday party with your family. I know if a lot of you, if your family lives out of town and they come to visit you, we take reservations. And definitely just call and ask for me again, Leah, for any of your special requests.
Good, nice to know that.
Birthdays, it's a great place to come for birthdays. We always put a nice candle in your dessert. And as I said, to do a nice lunch party as well. And we even cater a lot of events. So you might see us in the near future coming and serving some food at some of your maybe perhaps gala in the fall.
Wouldn't that be something?
Or some of your get-togethers. And so that could go both ways.
Very good.
So that would be wonderful. And we also have a patio, and I know this wonderful weather we've been having. If you want to soak up the last few days of nice weather, although it might have passed us by now.
I'm afraid today starts.
Yeah. So, but it's always cozy in Burton's. You always have a seat. You're always welcome there. And yeah. And I know Bernie's come in. Bernie loves it, and and Paul Collins is a regular. He always comes in, and I just wanted to do a little shout out to Paul to say thank you for all his hard work on getting Burton's and myself to come in here.
Good.
Yes.
She's a wonderful spokesperson, isn't she, for Burton's? And we thank you again for coming.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Bernie.
Right.
Take care. Enjoy
Goodbye
your day.
now from